The levels of PCBs in the teachers and others at the school were no different than the level of PCBs in the background population, no different than yours and mine. Notwithstanding what Mr. Friedman said about Dr. Eaton today, what he came and explained, what Russ Keene and Dr. Keenan explained, what even plaintiff's expert Dr. DeGranchan explained, is that there are levels of PCBs in the background population, and these teachers had no greater level of PCBs than you or I. And that's important because if there had been an ongoing ballast rupture problem in the pods at Sky Valley, these teachers would look like the capacitor workers that Dr. Eaton showed you the scale of, with with PCB 28 off the charts, not where these teachers were. While the teachers have real health problems, there are far better explanations for them than PCBs. The school was dilapidated. It was plagued by problems with mold, dust, and poor air circulation. And importantly, in order to prove their case that PCBs caused these teachers' brain injuries, the plaintiffs had to ignore all the physical evidence from that school. They had to ignore the carpet samples taken from the pods, and we'll get to this. They had to ignore the blood levels and the plaintiffs themselves that Mr. Friedman's office ordered tests for. They had to create evidence. Mr. Coughlin came in and said, well, the levels might have been possibly. Again, that's not the burden of proof here. The burden of proof isn't might, it's not hypothetically, it's not possible. It's more true than not true.